Welcome to FX Street. Today we're going to be talking about Sandbox and why it might be developing a pretty nasty bear trap. Then that ultimately it should see a very substantial spike higher. But before we dive deep into the technicals there, please head on over to YouTube, to our channel, and hit that subscribe button. And also encourage you to follow us on our new crypto Twitter page, account rather, FXS Crypto. Love to see you over there so you can be updated to the hottest trends in the crypto market and the content that we are producing. Taking a look here at the Sandbox, it's a token, crypto, whatever you want to reference it as. It's involved in the metaverse space, the gaming token space. And back on really the beginning of the month, I think I wrote an article highlighting this hidden bearish divergence and that the threat to downside movement was very likely. And it did cross back down below, but it found support up against the Tenkan-sen and the bottom of this bull flag, which is represented by in the blue diagonal lines as a linear regression band. So some software might call it a linear regression channel. So it has moved up higher, broke above the midline there, and it is continuing to move higher. And now when you look at the the composite index, and the price action, you see higher highs and lower highs. That's regular bearish divergence. However, regular bearish divergence, I don't know how long you've been involved in the speculating space yourself, whoever's watching, but it doesn't seem like regular divergences pan out that much. It's definitely hidden divergences. The trend continuation divergences seem to have a higher positive expectancy rate. Within the RSI, it's still in a bear market. However, it has breached above 55. It looks like it's going to head up to test 65. That's the last overbought level in a bear market. If it hits 70, then we shift the RSI settings into bull market conditions. And sometimes that can be a leading indicator for price action, that when it shifts from bear to bull or bull to bear. So while the daily chart, even with the optics bands, it's approaching overbought conditions. So and there's the upper band here. It looks very much like Sandbox is going to face some pretty strong selling pressure up ahead. Only if you look at the daily, though. There's a discrepancy here, especially on the daily, especially when you look at it from a weekly perspective, because the weekly chart is very different. The weekly chart, I don't know if this is an impending breakout or not, but it sure looks like one. You have three, unless something drastic happens between now and the close of this weekly chart, you have a very, very nice ascending 3-week bullish white or green candlesticks that have blasted through a lot of the resistance levels, and it's really just kind of waiting for a close above that bull flag and the weekly Tenkan-sen. The oscillator values do support another breakout here for Sandbox, especially when you look at the composite index creating that, I think that was a historical low. Yeah, historical all-time low in the week of January 28th, excuse me. And it hasn't even moved to cross above its fast average yet. So there's some substantial upside potential here yet. In addition to that, you have the spike here higher, the slope. There is no hidden bearish divergence present, or regular bearish divergence present on the composite index. And although the settings in the RSI here, I would need to set them for a bull market, on the weekly chart, it isn't a bull market, and it has bounced off of the first oversold level in a bull market, which is 50. So Sandbox has a nice expansion move coming up here. As far as how high it can go, if you use a fib expansion from the swing structure, the 100% fib retracement is up at $10.65. Beyond that, it gets into a little bit of like, yeah, right, spill near 14.5 cents. But certainly revisiting the $8 range, not outside the realm of possibility, and then reaching a new all-time high near that $10.50 range is what's projected above that. As far as downside risks are concerned, they should be limited to the support level that now exists at the 382 fib retracement and the daily Kijun-sen at 383. That is where I would expect the downside risk to be limited to at the extreme. More than likely, if we do get a pullback, which is also very, very probable, In fact, I would anticipate a pullback down to 4.25 before it starts to spike up, but a pullback down to 425 should hold its support, but below that, the lowest I see it going for right now for the rest of the week is around 385, 386. And again, that upside potential on the weekly chart is up at 1050. That does it for me for Sandbox. Please remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow us on Twitter at FXS Crypto.